For more analysis on the U.S. presidential debate and the final stages of the presidential campaign, we're now joined by Michael Cox. He's the Director of International Academic Affairs and advisor to the Board of Trustees at the Bahçeşehir University here in Istanbul. Sean, thank you so much for joining us here today. Now, what's your take on what Donald Trump had to say about not accepting the election results?
It's an unconscionable statement for a candidate of a major party in the United States to make such a statement. It calls into question the very foundation of the United States and our Constitution. And it's also very misleading for people that might be following him, because the implication is that at a national level, the elections can be rigged, which in fact is not the case, because elections are conducted on a state-by-state basis. And some of the states where Mr. Trump is having some problems are in fact controlled by Republicans.
Now, polls suggest Trump is losing in some key battleground states following those accusations of sexual assaults. Now, would you say that his behavior indicates something else? How would you read his behavior in the last debate?
In this last debate, he had the opportunity to try and bring more people into his fold, into his positions to follow him and follow the Republican Party. But it seemed like he was trying to lay the groundwork to explain and justify his failure in anticipation of losing the election. This was not a debate for him about where he would pass on a vision of America should he be leading it. It was a debate for him about why he's going to be losing the election.
You think he's already giving up in a way?
I don't think, given his ego, that he can actually concede until the election happens, if in fact he said he might not. But I think that he's being a typical businessman in laying the groundwork for explaining why he lost.
And what about Hillary Clinton? She had some explaining to do over those leaked emails, those leaked conversations and speeches she has performed over the past few years. How did she perform in this last debate?
She performed much in the way that we've come to expect. She was very practiced. She was very researched. To a certain extent, it was scripted. She was able to dodge, I think, some of the attacks that Mr. Trump threw at her. She didn't do such a good job in explaining the relationship with the Clinton Foundation and its donors, but more often than not, she was able to turn the tables on Mr. Trump's attacks and to get under his skin.
All right, Dr. Michael Cox, thank you very much for joining us today.
Thank you.